Hello, wild ones. I'm flipping through my sketchbook today from 2024. I hope you enjoy. This is a spread on some of the jelly plate printing I was doing at the time. These cats a friend picked up at a thrift store, so they're kind of throughout. And I haven't even sewn this one together yet, and I obviously haven't done the work for it, but I kind of have a lot of things just like shoved into here to do. And then this was some paint sampling, paint swatching, and then have lots of colors and fun stuff on the back. This is one of the sculptures that's at the place we go. I need to put some titles in, but that's okay. It's like still feels really started. This was a painting I did at a garden paint out that I did with another friend. We hosted a bunch of painters in his garden this summer. And then we went to this lovely restaurant on Lake Washington near us. And it was kind of cool because the sun was setting right over Seattle. I'm really liking the way I can put just like a photo of the night. So you can see that I painted this like crazy sunset, and that was us in that crazy sunset. Kind of almost like junk journaling-esque. This is the Race to Alaska page with some pictures of us out there. I love this spread. This was my mom and I went to Westport, and I collected a ton of shells where I picked them up and took pictures of them, but I didn't actually take them home with me. And I just really loved the way this painting came together. I still have a couple pages to finish back here, but that's kind of the thing. It's like even in a tiny thing, it's like I can't, like this one's finished. So I have to like really go through and just finish those pages. But it's been nice because I'm kind of going through my memories at the same time. This is our anniversary date night. And it was nice because the restaurant we went to gave us a card. And that kind of, I just added it to the binding of the little book. And then I was doing a ton of eco printing this summer. This is actually from the menu because it was a fresh fish menu. They get rid of them each night, and I said, can I have one of those? And she said, of course. So I made a little tag from their drawing on their menu. This is some of my eco printed pieces, and I wanted to see how they worked with some of my gel printed pieces, and I really love the beauty of that. This was at one of the demos for the club I'm a part of. I've really committed to doing all the demos really small this year, and this was a fun one to do of my doggy's eye. And then this is just a sticker to kind of fill up the page. I kind of like the starkness of this. And then I did a bunch of rusty prints. And so this is some of the rust that I really liked, and I wanted to think about how I could integrate into my work. And more eco printing stuff. And then I actually did some hand painting on the eco printing, and I think that is really, really lovely. Another picture of us at the Salty's restaurant, and then this was a little postcard that they had at the front as well. But I love that it kind of gave the sound and all the different Salty's locations. It was cool. So that one's done. I went, and I'm not going to share much of this one just because there's some personal stuff in it, but we went to Gerhardt, Oregon for a beautiful wedding. And one of the coolest parts was she's she has a really great relationship with her tattooist. So her tattoo artist made all of this beautiful art. I should ask Carm what his name is, but I loved like that their envelope had all these lovely things on it, and I just took all of it and kept it so I could put it in their book. This was on the beach at the beginning, the welcoming campfire at sunset, and I loved the fire. It was so fun to do. There's a little metallic in it. It just makes me so happy. We also did a big walk on the beach. And this is a drawing I did at their wedding. I really want to ink it before I show it to them. I did my first getaway retreat this year, and it was, I called it Creative Bonfire Weekend, and it was at Hood Canal. And this book is kind of the planning for it and the actual doing. I love adding postcards and like flip outs. I just find it so fun. And this is a bird sculpture my friend was working on at the time. And probably this is, we went down and did a painting session at a local park, and it was such a beautiful day. And this is a madrona tree that is just so inspiring to me. But that night, and I actually am thinking about a big painting right now with this idea. That night we saw bioluminescence and we swam with them. And this is like the science of what they are. And this is like my impression. So adding this little tag like gave this some poignancy for me, and I love how it went together. I just think it's such a cool way to do this. And then finally, this is like my last book of the year. I know I have 2 more books somewhere, so I'm looking for them. And I promised I would show you my real rough notes. You can tell I'm like taking notes as I'm walking through, and it's kind of like I missed pages in there. It's all scruffily. It's just like a couple of words. And I had gone to the Joyce Scott beautiful work at Seattle Art Museum right now. She's a Philadelphia artist that is just, it is incredibly stunning work. I really, really loved it. So I'm gonna keep, I was thinking of like cutting this up and putting a whole page together about this day, but I think I'm just gonna sew this whole book into this little sketchbook so I can have like the whole book to look through. I got to go to Park Lane Gallery this year. I actually showed there during their winter show. This was a little project I did for Christmas, making a finger labyrinth with a marble that included Winnie the Pooh, and I found some Winnie the Pooh stickers at a friend's house, so I was like, I'm putting those in my book. This is a stamp I carved. I love Create with Abandon. It's what I wrote on my little class speaker, and it's kind of become an anthem. Christmas Eve. All the things we did in Seattle when we went to the Seattle Art Museum. Of course, I kept the ticket. It reminds me of the work I do as a kid. Like as a kid, I would love to do this kind of work. This is some wrapping paper on one of my gifts I received. And I loved kind of mimicking it in a border. I need to do some writing. That's my kiddo's Santa picture. If you look really closely, I'm also Santa. I highlight. I do a little bit of everything. And this was our holiday party. And then I put my I am statements for 2024 because this was the last book in 2024, and then I will put them in my 2025 book as well, the ones that have changed especially. And I just love the compactness of this and the ease. It really does make a cool little visual book, and I really like things like popping out of it, and I love the little tags I'm putting in. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm not sure about clips because they kind of get caught on everything. Maybe if I moved this like to this page where it wasn't constantly getting shifted because it's not at the end of a signature. Maybe I'll try that. See if that works. And I did kind of keep them chronological, but I know I have another wedding book, a Vashon book, and I know I have one more. So I have to go find that in all of my bags. It was so fun to make those, and I'll find those last two books, no problem. I actually already have, but I didn't have time to film them. If you are enjoying this content and are liking YouTube sketchbook flip-throughs, let me know in the comments, and then please like and subscribe and share to a friend who might enjoy